So, if you hear lots of stuff going on, it's because there is lots of stuff going on. There are people in the house. My nephew is thrilled, enthralled. It's the beginning of creating holiday memories for him. He just turned 3 and he's living his best life right now. But I wanted to come and say a few things. And this year, I have come to a place where I want freedom and autonomy in different things. So I want financial freedom. I would love career freedom and just freedom to make choices that are in alignment with my core values and also that support and get me to desired outcomes that I have for my life and my family and my legacy. And the only way to do that is there have to be some shifts. There are 3 things that I believe have to happen. One, I have to become the person who can sustain and support and accomplish these desirable outcomes that I see and envision. 2, after I become that person, that means that I will then be able to do the things that support those desirable outcomes. And then 3, finally, I will have those desirable outcomes. So I can't wish for, pray for, not wish, but pray for, or even make decisions that are for a desirable outcome if I don't even know, if I'm not even the person, like the person I am right now. You know, there are outcomes that will naturally be accomplished. However, the new, vibrant, desirable outcomes, I have to become the person who can support that. I was talking to a friend of mine and he asked me about having a solo career. And he asked me a very interesting question. He said, how's your health, your mental, your physical health? Or do you feel like you're healthy enough to be able to keep up with the demands of having a solo singing career? And I thought that that was very interesting because it is in total alignment with my understanding of how to have the the things that I envision for my life. I have to be the person. I have to be the person who can withstand the responsibilities of having certain things. Um, and so going into coming out of 2024, I think that I have spent this year kind of figuring out what it means to be that person, to become that person. I've been doing way more reading than I probably would have. I'm almost finished a book with called Essentialism. And I think maybe on this channel I'll do some sort of reviewy type things where we actually talk about chapter by chapter some of these books. I've been thinking about that for a while. I have wanted to have a book club also. I've wanted to have a book club for some time, and I'm thinking about having some episodes and seeing if that is of interest to anyone out there. Just we dig in, study some books about business, really. Business and becoming. You know, honestly, I think we don't music, we talk about content, being the content expert. So for instance, you know, I have degrees in voice. And as an educator, I am a content expert of the voice. But there was once upon a time in my career that I was not a content expert on education, on teaching. And I think that, again, there's that theme again. You have to become something. I have to become a content expert on teaching voice. I have to also become a content expert on education. But there's another hole I find in the music industry, the classical music industry. Let's call it the academy. I think that let's keep that. Yeah. I have found in the academy that she really needs some chapstick, but I really feel like my content, I'm going to get back to it. Let me get to my point. This is my ADHD flaring up. I believe that in addition to being a content expert on music, but being a content expert of education, you also have to be a content expert on business. That's the part we're not content experts on. Yet we are self-employed. But we are not content experts of business. That is problematic to me. And I think that I'm getting to a place to where, in addition to making this channel about music and education, it's also going to be about the business of music, because I think we don't know enough about the business of music, and I think we need to. So I guess all in all, this video is mostly about becoming who you have to be in order to have what you want to have in your life, in order to have the desirable outcomes that you desire for your life. You have to become the person who would have those things, but also can sustain those things, can handle those things. Can you handle the responsibility of having those things? So you have to become the person who can have those things. Then once you become that person, you'll start doing things that support having those things. And I'll dig into that. This is just a natural principle. Anything that you want to have in your life, you have to become somebody that has it. And then you have to do things specifically that support having those things. And then you'll have it. Be, do, have. 3 things that are required for you to have certain things in your life. So, that's all I got for today. Have a happy holiday. I'll probably talk to you again very soon, before Christmas, maybe. But that's all for now. Happy holidays. Bye. And I'm gonna have some chapstick next time. Bye, y'all.